Evolution can be described in a single word: change. It is the change over time of a species between generations to make them more well-suited to thrive in their environment. Essentially, variation and overproduction lead to a struggle to survive, in which the competitors have unfair advantages or disadvantages depending on the genes that they were born with. Two scientists came up with an idea known as the Hardy-Weinberg Principle, with 5 details that would translate to staying the same. By proving each of these factors wrong, one shows that there is change. Number 1, no mutations. Although not always, mutations do occur. They are a source of variation within a population, in which there are mistakes with the bases composing DNA from problems with copying or environmental factors like radiation or certain chemicals. A single incorrect base inputted, substitution, an extra base added, insertion, or a base removed, deletion, are common examples of mutations within genes. Mutations can be positive, neutral, or negative on a being's survival depending on the adjustments that they create when expressed. Number 2, no gene flow. Gene flow, which does happen, can be described as the movement of individuals as they immigrate, enter, or emigrate, leave a population. This activity changes the genetic composition of the group because one takes its alleles with it as it moves. Number 3, random mating. This is countered by the phenomenon of sexual selection. Males, in most cases, develop certain traits that make them more appealing and thus more likely to breed with females. This causes that male's genes to be spread rapidly into future generations, including his sexually selected traits. Some examples include a peacock's feathers, a deer's antlers, or a bird's plumage. Number 4, no natural selection. As discovered by Charles Darwin long ago, natural selection exemplifies that the struggle to survive created from overproduction with limited resources is a very biased fight because some individuals are born with more advantages thanks to variations in DNA. If they win this fight, they are more likely to reproduce and pass on their genes. If they lose this fight, they are less likely to reproduce and their genes will gradually dissipate within the population. Number 5, an infinitely large population, which is obviously impossible to achieve because of limited resources versus overproduction. However, the idea behind this is that fluctuations are more probable in finite groups. Some examples of selectional changes that can be seen in finite groups include directional, stabilizing, and disruptive. According to the Hardy-Weinberg Principle, a species will remain the same if these 5 factors are true. However, species do experience mutations, gene flow, sexual selection, natural selection, and a finite population. Therefore, if species don't stay the same, they change.